And welcome everyone to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 3, episode number 3. And waiting in the green room is my friend and fellow collector, Mr. Cory Lord. Cory also is the owner and operator of Cory's Toys, so you probably have run into him at one of the Joe Lantas or Toy Lanta, and he's heading out to Winterfest this weekend, I believe. So we'll talk about that. But before I get started with our special guest, let me introduce my panel members for tonight. And starting off, we have this gentleman right here from the great state
How
of
you
Michigan.
doing?
This is Mr. Stacy Armstrong. How you doing tonight?
Good. So cold.
So cold. How cold is it in your man cave right now? Mine's 29 degrees right here.
Well, it's 5 degrees outside, but it's 71 in here. So,
Oh, you're toasty, man. I want to hear about it. And coming from another cold area right now from New Hampshire. How
Yeah, it's
you
cold
doing,
here.
sir? Mr. Rick Bradshaw.
How's everybody tonight?
Very good, very good.
Yep.
And we drug in another guy from last week. This is Mr. Matthew O'Connor back on our panel. How are you tonight, sir?
Doing good. How about you?
Very good. I'm sure you're freezing out there in California.
Yeah, that 57 degrees, but the house is cold. I have a giant 900-year-old oak tree covering the house, and it just keeps it in the shade all the time. So just came home and got the heaters on, so I'll warm up.
Right on,
Not
right
like
on.
you guys. You guys are suffering.
Yeah, right. So it's glad to see a lot of people in the chat room already. It is a government holiday, Martin Luther King Day, as well as inaugural day. I'm sure everybody
Murray,
watched that.
Moondoggy, look at all these people today. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
everybody's here tonight.
Nobody's got nothing better to do.
Everybody's celebrating the inaugural.
The holiday.
You want to run through some names there, Rick? I know you like to do that.
I got Big Boss Jack and Angelo's here tonight. Andy from Indy. Murray's always here. Murray's a staple. Moondoggy, Edmund. Yeah. Good turnout.
Whoever that is, Barb Flowers.
Yeah, Barb is
Oh, yeah.
Barb.
She's keeping an eye on her little brother is what she's doing.
She must be the
Ernie
only
from
one.
Ernie's Attic. Did you already mention Ernie?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, is Ernie here? I didn't
he's
see
there.
him.
I did.
Oh, okay. Ernie.
So
yeah.
before we start the show, we had Angelo on, and he said the calendars are going out. Everybody should have it by this week. So we're going to have Angelo come on as our special guest next week and talk a little bit more about the calendar. But Stacy, I know you got yours in hand. If you just want to
Yep.
give a quick shout out. Your new.
It's a beauty. I'll
That's
just show
cool.
a couple pages real quick.
Yep. So this is what's new in your zoo?
Yeah, this is about all I got because I've kind of taken the week off and been busy with other things. So
Understand.
yeah, it's a beauty. Nice ring binding here. Nice heavy stock. It's beautiful.
The Plastic General. So the Plastic General's in my chat room here. He was my special guest on Tuesdays.
Oh boy.
Yes, we are live right now.
Yes,
Somebody got to tell him this is G.I. Joe night. He's not allowed to be on here. This is
Yeah.
this is 1/6 scale guy.
We're hoarders in this site. We're hoarders. We're not collectors.
Mr. Is that Sexy Pick? What is that?
Sexy pick. That's me. Sexy pick.
Sexy Pick.
No.
What's up, Rick?
I haven't been sexy for years.
Mr. Rick Bradshaw, what is new in your zoo, my friend?
Oh, I'll show you something new I got. So this is Falcon, Marvel Legends Falcon. Okay? I'm going to bring him up. And the reason I grabbed him, let me show you a picture on the back. This is what he looks like. He's got big old wings on him. But I grabbed him because he looks more like he belongs in the G.I. Joe classified line to me. Instead of the Marvel universe. He looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he is.
So I gave him a holster and a gun and, took some pictures of him. He was neat. He's a neat buy. I grabbed him at Target. He's a new release. Something else I got, a vintage piece from 2000. It's Mr. Clean.
Wow.
With a whopping 4 points of articulation.
I was going to say, how much articulation you get there?
Yeah, his arms move, his waist swivels a tiny, tiny bit, and his head goes back and forth. He's from 2000, put out by Procter and Gamble. There were two versions. This one and one where he had his arms folded.
Arms crossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's 1/6 scale, or
no?
That's bigger. Yeah.
He's about, I don't know. He's about 10 inches tall.
Oh, yeah, but he's a big bully. I mean, look at him.
Yeah. I found him at the flea market. I couldn't leave him behind.
Who's that one Marvel character that wears the white suit all the time?
The white suit?
Oh, I'm not sure.
He's like a bad guy of all the Marvel characters or whatever. He's a gangster, and he has a black shirt that he wears under the jacket. He's this giant, huge character. That could be that.
Oh, it's not Kingpin, is it? Kingpin?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
He's in the Daredevil.
Oh, the Kingpin. Yeah, the bad guy. Yeah.
So, just so we're into 1/6, I got my Ghostbusters 2. Venkman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Peter Venkman.
Wow.
Bill Murray.
That's pretty detailed.
Nice detail, yeah.
Yeah, the details on these guys are amazing. They did, of course, Ghostbusters 1, and this is Ghostbusters 2. And these things take batteries and light up, but I can't find the on button, and the batteries are probably dead anyways. But yeah, they're really nice.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah.
Now they base those characters off of the cartoon, though.
No, these are based
That's
off
what I
the
understood,
second
didn't
movie.
they?
Oh, you mean the face?
No, I know, but wasn't it based off of the cartoon character though? That the faces and stuff. Didn't they do the figures off of that, even though it was based off the second movie?
Not these ones.
No, because he wasn't in the. Yeah.
These are from the movie.
Oh, okay.
You know, Ghostbusters 2.
Okay.
Yeah, because that guy wasn't in the cartoon.
Zeddemore.
Yeah, he wasn't in the cartoon, I don't think.
No, he was in the cartoon, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah.
I never watched the cartoon.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Ernie Hudson's a kick. When we go to conventions, Ernie's there sometimes. He's a great guy.
Yeah. So that's all I got for right now. I'll save other stuff for next week.
I know. And to you, Matthew, anything new in your zoo since last week?
I kind of pulled something out of the closet. Don't be scared by that term in California. But this is my chicken walker head 1/6 scale.
Holy crap.
Oh, nice.
And full detailed top, opening hatch, all cardboard, hollow on the inside. And just all scaled off of the Bandai 170, 148 scale. Oh, the gun fell out. He's 2 foot. But I've got 2 of these in work right now. Both the same parts. This is the gun.
Yeah. Wow.
So all scratch built cardboard and a little bit of wood.
Man,
you see the back inside there. And then I've got the full body outside, both of them, one in a stance, one in a walking stance. Just working on them. Going to put one as it's walking through the forest and then one in the snow. So it actually will be 2 different ones. And they stand about almost 4.5 feet tall.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to build that?
How do you keep them from falling over?
Yeah.
They're screwed down onto a base.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got a master buck for the foot, and I'm going to vacuum form shells off of that, just so I can cover the screw. I screwed all the wood down onto a piece of plywood. So I'm going to be doing that. And what else? I created a base for my Talon. Here's my Talon sitting here off the side, and I found the action figure hook to be able so he won't keep falling out. So that's that white bar there, and that slides onto the body.
We highlighted that last time. Yeah.
Right. And then this is the custom wood base. Everything's falling.
Moondog, you want to know what you use to paint that cardboard?
You know what I use?
Just regular acrylic paint, or do you?
Sometimes they're just regular house paint, exterior house paint, and that actually bonds in with the cardboard, and then you can put acrylic or anything else you want on that. Sometimes I'll actually just coat white glue over the top of it, and or just spray regular primer paint, a couple of coats on it, and then just give it a light buffing, and it seals it pretty well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. Moondog, you also had a question for Stacy, or no, Rick. He wanted to know if you got all 4 of those figures, or if you just got the.
I did have all 4, and
Okay.
I sold 2 of them because they were still in the box, and I sold them off.
Gotcha.
The Dan Aykroyd and the other guy, and I have the Ghostbusters 1 figures as well,
Gotcha.
somewhere. And Angelo asked, he said those are big bucks. They are now. I bought them years ago, so they were a little cheaper back then.
Yeah. Matt, I didn't mean to cut you off. Was there anything
Oh,
else?
no. We're good. We're good.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I don't want to keep our guests waiting any longer in the green room. I mentioned earlier, this is Mr. Cory Lord. He owner and operator of Cory's Toys. So you may have met him at some of the conventions, and he is coming to us from the great state of Georgia. This is Mr. Cory Lord. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing tonight?
Very good, very good. So we met at Joe Lanta. We actually we're booth buddies right next to each other.
Yep, that was a lot of fun.
Talked a lot down there, and was hoping to get you on the show, and I finally got you, man. Thanks to Ace hooking us up.
Yep.
And I'm glad to have you on. So we've decided after we talked a couple of days ago, we're gonna have to make this a 2-parter because you have way too much stuff to show. There's no way we're gonna fit it in a 1-hour episode. So why don't you tell people, those in the chat room that may not know you, just a little bit about your past or when you got started collecting and the selling and stuff.
Got in through Classic Collection Joe's back in probably 98, 99, somewhere around there. I started buying up a lot of stuff, opened a website. It was Toy Chest and Collectibles back in.
Got it.
Off of it for, 10, 15 years and finally sold that business. But I've been collecting the whole time.
Were you a big collector as a kid, or?
I had stuff as a kid, but nowhere near what I got now.
Well, yeah.
I always told my wife I'd trade for all this stuff that I got, but I never told her I was trading cash. But anyhow, yeah, I've got a pretty good sized collection. Really enjoyed it. I enjoy the hobby a lot.
Yep.
Nice.
And you said your wife is a good supporter?
She is very good. She's very tolerant, and I guess I could be doing worse things, but yeah, real good. A lot of times she goes to a lot of the shows with me too, so a lot of people at the shows know her. Right? That's Judy.
Yep.
So, that's so she can keep an eye on your spending.
Well, she monitors what goes in and out.
Yeah.
She's the monitor.
Yeah.
But
CFO.
Yeah, right.
I started actually selling off some vehicles. I've probably sold, 10 or 12 vehicles in the last 2 years. I got to counting, and I had room for, so I thinned out some of my stuff. So anyhow, but I've still got stuff to do. That's my intent till I die. Is I'm gonna keep working on this stuff till I can't.
Murray Corrigan in Canada says, "Wow, look at the vehicles in the background."
Yeah,
I don't know, man. You ready to flip that camera and take us on a little tour?
I'm ready whenever you are. Y'all ready?
Yeah, man. So
here we go.
So again, we are in a. Why don't you tell people how big your square footage is here, just to give them some idea?
I got about 1,800 square feet. I'm just going to just try to walk around and look at different vehicles and kind of tell you where they came from best I can.
All right. And again, you're just doing the upstairs tonight. We're going to come back and do the downstairs on a different night.
That's correct.
I got you up big right now. We see a Jeep in front of us. You can get a little closer if you want.
Yeah, this is a Jeep kit that we built. I don't know how many years ago I built it, but it's dragging. It's got a lot of custom things that we did to it. It's a little different. I normally don't take anything straight out of the box and stick it straight on the shelf. Everything's been customized.
I just got to tell people, you strictly do World War II, correct?
I got a little bit of mixed other stuff, but not much.
Right.
Yeah, 99% World War II. This is all this stuff we're looking at now is in my office. This is an Armor Hobbies half track with a bunch of Germans hanging around it. Like I said, it was custom built. I did it. And then next to it, there's a Kubelwagen, which you can't hardly see because of all the figures. But Wes Cottle actually did a custom paint job and detail on it for me. Turned out really nice.
That's very nice.
And then I got a free, and I don't remember where I got it from. I've had it for a while, but that's pretty much what's on the top shelf. This is a half track that me and a buddy of mine did. A little story on it. It's a Hasbro half track, but we actually cut it in two both ways in quarters and put it back together and tried to get it closer to the correct size.
Nice. Wow.
Wow. So that's the one that had the big gun on it, the tank destroyer?
Yes.
The Marine one? Yeah.
Wow.
So you just took it all apart, repainted it?
Yes. Yeah, that was probably a 6-month project.
Man.
Wow. This, I think it's an M18. It's a howitzer. It was on a Stewart body. It's been completely customized. I did it. The whole turret and everything is custom built on it, and the front end's been completely removed and redone.
So is that a 21st century tank?
That's a 21st century Stewart that's been severely customized.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Dude,
I'm going to use. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You don't do small stuff, huh? You just go big.
I like vehicles.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
This next vehicle, I'm going to use a flashlight a little bit because it's kind of dark on some of these shelves. This right here is an M20. It was one of the first custom projects I ever did. It's probably, I don't know, 18, 20 years old, but it's completely customized styrene. The wheels are resin. You know, they have all these vehicles have custom interiors too. I can't get to them to show you all that.
Wow.
So Cory, when you decide to do a custom something like that, I mean, where do you start? I mean, do you have blueprints? Do you have other toys that you look at to scale them up? How do you get started?
Model kit. A lot of times we'll get a 35th scale model kit and use it. I buy books like they're just going out of style. We look through books and try to get a lot of detail out of it. Yeah, that's the two main go-tos. But
and you work on these by yourself, or?
Now I do. I used to have a buddy of mine, Mike Walker, that lived here local, and me and him worked together for I don't know how many years. We were twiddle-dee and twiddle-dum when it come to collecting. We just done everything together. But he passed away a few years back.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, when I got some of his stuff, and I'm going to get to share it with y'all. So,
all right.
Anyhow, this is that was an M20 there. I'm sorry. This is M8. It's an armored car the U.S. used in World War II. And I'm going to mess the guy's name up that did it. He's down in Florida. I've got a couple of his pieces. God, I can't remember his name. I'll have to come back to it. I may have to catch it on the next one because some of his stuff I think is downstairs.
So that's not the Hasbro run.
No, nowhere close.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a repaint on the Hasbro one or if it was a.
Let me get around here where you can see the front of it and you see how wide it is.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's a 4-foot shelf it's sitting on. Oh, I'm sorry. And it fills the shelf up.
Yeah.
So, and then down below it, I've got some more custom Stewarts that just completely redone. This one's got a bustle box and a few other. We usually cut the skirts off. And I got another one back there. I've been a little crazy with the Stewarts. I've been doing work trying to do a U.S. reconnaissance squad. So anyhow, but that's
I think when I met you at the show, you were selling 2 box Stewarts that you had. Still in the box, man.
Yes, I've got a couple down there in my shop too. So I don't. I don't need any more stewards right now.
Is that an MT40 that you have hanging off that?
I was just gonna say that. They got a little toy there hanging there, or what?
Yeah, that's a cute one. It's metal. I was really impressed with it. It's a BB gun.
Oh my God!
It's dead serious. Does it not look real?
It does. It does. I was looking at it, it's like, oh my God!
It feels real too when you pick it up. Like I said, it's made out of metal.
I just didn't see a folding stock. I'm like,
Yeah, just but it's brand new. That's the problem. So,
hey Cory, you got a question from the chat room?
okay.
Murray wants to know, how do you make the treads when you do some of those kits? Like
All
the
the
tank
ones
treads or the
shown you so far have been Stewart's, except for that Martyr and Steve Hoger with Panzerworks years ago had done some tracks. I think that's where the tracks were at. We got a couple of guys in the club that could do some casting, but now we've got a young lady that's doing 3D printing. I've got like 5 or 6 sets of tracks from her that was 3D printed, and they're just beautiful. This 3D printing stuff's just unreal.
So there's no motors in those, right? They're not radio controlled, right?
Any of these stuff, it's all static.
Okay. All right.
I just fix them up.
You could still roll them though, right? The wheels are.
Some of them you can. Some of them I would not advise rolling too much.
Okay.
Because tracks. Well, if the tracks are resin or something like it, you stand a chance of breaking them.
Sure. Yeah. What would you say your oldest one is? I mean, not when you
that M20 that I was showing you right here.
Oh, that's your very first one. Yeah.
Very one. Yes. So.
Now, are the wheels and rubber all cast as one piece?
Yes. It's all.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it.
Yep. So, but
what else you got, Cory?
I got another piece right here. The base. This, like the dugout, was done by Bobby Dalto. He used to do a lot of work around with buildings and dioramas. And then the gun is custom made. Wes Cottle made it. It's all scratch built.
Wow, scratch built.
Beautiful.
The 251 I got. It's an FOA kit that we. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this camera right. FOA kit that we did. It turned out really nice. All the antennas right there are custom made. We made them with a soldering iron and a little bit of a creative license there.
That's a Forces of Valor kit?
Field of Armor.
Oh, Field of Armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see. That's what's a shame, is you can't see all the interior stuff.
Yeah.
Every one of these vehicles have full interior.
Wow.
That's what I have trouble with, is the interiors. I mean, the exterior, great, but when it comes to interior, that's the hard part.
Now, this is going to make you cry. This is a Hasbro half-track that's been redone, and it is correct size. Mike Walker, my buddy, did this years ago. And, I mean, like I said, we quartered it. We cut it down the hood right here.
Yeah.
And cut it in two right here. And then we, whoops.
Whoop.
Uh-oh.
I did that. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I mashed the button. In my back.
There you go. Yep. You're good.
And ordered it and put it back together, and that's where that came from.
All right, I'm playing dumb, and I am dumb here. So you made it larger or smaller than it came?
Larger.
Larger. Okay, so
the Hasbro half track was probably closer to 1/8 scale, maybe.
I was gonna say 8th scale, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good bit smaller.
Wow.
Do you just run it through a bandsaw? To cut it up?
I think we did. We got the we took the wheels off. I think we did I got a big bandsaw, and I think we run it through it.
Man.
Yeah, when you do that, everybody's like, "What are you doing to that cat?" It's like, meow.
Yeah.
Well, I actually got a couple of more of them I hope to get to work on one day. This may not impress everybody as much as it impressed me. I actually bought this from a friend of mine, Scott Broadnex, and he custom made this boat. And if you look at the compound angles and slopes and everything on this boat, and it's like dead on. He's just really, really super accurate with everything.
Is it wood or plastic? What is it?
It's plastics made out of styrene. And he did a custom motor. It don't run, but it's very, very nice. Just like I said, it's a really, really nice piece.
Mm.
And then next to it, that's a Stug 3 that I got from Mardon. Does anybody know who Mardon is? That's a person. Steve Hoger used to sell some of his stuff on his website, and then Lord, I think Greg had a site back in the day, Greg Brown, that he was selling stuff on his site.
Wow.
But that's a Mardon piece. That's just basically got a little bit of custom work and a custom paint job.
Now, of course, you're
HISS, right? Hiss.
Well, the Hiss tank.
The Hiss site.
I don't know.
Right. I don't. I lost.
I'm trying to figure out the name. The name sounds familiar. So,
Mardon was the guy's name that built stuff. He was in the Philippines.
Okay.
Can y'all see this stuff all right? My camera's done different.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're doing great.
If you just get a little closer, maybe. I mean, it'll.
Okay, because
like right there.
So big for some reason.
So you're skipping over all the figures, but I'm sure the figures are all custom as well, right? I mean, you're not.
I've got this thing about taking anything just out of the box and putting it on a shelf. So 99% of my stuff has had something done to it, even though it may be minor. Most of it major.
Yeah.
So,
I can't invite you to my garage, Cory, because.
Yeah.
Well, that's the part of the hobby I love is the custom.
Oh hell yeah, it was fun.
But this is an FOA Stug 4. The first one was a Stug 3. This is a Stug 4. This one's actually made out of metal.
I love the Stug. I love the 4. Oh,
it's a really beautiful kit. And below it, I have a 76. This is another Mardon piece that Mardon did. It was a Sherman 76 turret, and
wow,
didn't do a lot of custom work to it other than just the paint job. And
still,
that's all my figures. This dog right here has been one of my favorite pieces I've ever found. I just, I found it in a antique store one time, and it was just really neat.
Wow.
And then I have another German, and I'm trying to look at it to figure out where it come from. It may be a dragon one. Can y'all see that all right? I got to fix the screen. I've got this thing huge.
No, you're fine, man. You could actually get a little closer if you wanted.
Yeah,
right there. Right there is perfect.
See, it's not all fitting in my screen. It's like all the heads of the figure, so that's fine. But yeah, that piece there was I think a dragon piece there. I'm gonna get my flashlight because it's dark up under these shelves and I've lost it. There it is. So back here is just Stewart. I took the turret off of. They used them and made infantry to move infantry around in. It's British, and so that's of course is 21st century. And then this piece next to it is a Staghound, which is done by Mardon also.
Wow.
It's really
nice.
Yeah.
And then the Stewart in front of it, and just to kind of show you some of the stuff we did, like all the grousers on it, all those pieces were hand casted. If you look real close, you can see where all the welds were placed in here that was supposed to. I did all that and did all the periscopes, redid all of it. It's got some in it.
What do you use for your welding?
For the periscopes, that's actually
like weld marks and things like that.
milliput.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Good
just
stuff.
I made a tool. I took a plastic knife and made the end of it to where it would make the weld marks for me, and keep it wet and just keep. I mean, it takes a long time to do all of it, but it's for me, it's worth it at the end if it turns out pretty nice.
Oh, it's amazing. It's like, when is this ever going to end? And then when it ends, it's like, oh my God, it looks great.
From
got another Stewart, which is part of my U.S. cavalry unit I was working on the other side over, and I've got one Jeep. I've got 2 more Jeeps to do to complete that setup that I'm wanting to do with the.
Damn.
But like I said, if you look at the figures, I mean, none of them are straight out of the box. They're all as much custom stuff as I can do to them and put on them, and the Jeeps, and none of them are straight out of the box. That's the part of the hobby that I love.
Now, when you customize something like that, do you look at a World War II picture and say, okay, I'm going to work on this and make it look like that? Or
mostly, yes.
Yeah.
And if you notice, everything I've got is heavily weathered. I mean, I'm just about that too.
You airbrush all those, or
make
is it
look authentic? That's good.
Yes. The ones I've painted, I airbrushed. I guess I skipped some of the custom paint jobs. Wes Cottle did some of them, and then I've done some of them. Most of the U.S. stuff I paint myself because it's pretty easy.
What about the figures? Do you weather the figures as well? The clothing, the uniforms?
Yeah. A buddy of mine taught me a trick on that. A lot of times what we use to weather figures, and I used even to weather tanks, is just like mud.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just real mud.
Yep.
And it seems to work out real good.
A lot of people use coffee and coffee grinds. And the funny thing is the guys that dress as stormtroopers at the conventions, they use coffee grinds to darken up their stormtrooper outfits. But boy, you can tell French vanilla from original and everything when they walk by.
Yeah, we do some stuff too, so that works out good.
I know there was one guy. He's actually in one of the groups, and he uses pastel chalk to weather his uniforms.
And I've seen that look so beautiful, but I guess I must not have the patience for it.
Yeah.
So I go back to what I know, and I use mud and dirt. And
well, you must get a very realistic look using that, mud. That's a great idea.
But
Cory, you got another question from the chat room.
Okay.
Adam wants to know: do you ever show vehicles with like vehicle damage, not just weathered, but?
I've got one that I keep for photo shoots, but I keep it in a box. I don't keep it out. It's front end's blown up on it pretty good.
Okay, so no bullet holes or damage like that.
I have to look and see. Every once in a while, we'll put a bullet hole in a windshield, but I hadn't crossed any yet that I've done that lately too. So we'll keep looking. Maybe if I find one, I'll point it out.
Right
on. I do have just figures. Got a case here there's my Hogan Heroes guys.
Wow.
Yeah. Bob Crane.
Yeah. And then I got my pilots. I got SS Mortar Crew. And I got a guy working on a Goliath.
Yeah.
Next to it, I have, this is a Panzer II. It's an F model. This was custom built from a guy in Spain. I don't remember his name. I bought it at a show in California 15, 20 years ago, I guess. I've had it a long time.
Ernie's Attic wants to know, when you use the mud, do you spray something on to keep it from falling off, or what do you do?
That's if I'm putting mud on the figure, I just use the mud and the water and it makes the stain. But if I'm putting it on a vehicle, I do make a mix with white glue.
Okay.
And then the white glue, when it dries, will keep it from just falling off.
Play Scale Soldier production wants to know if you're going to the Kentucky Winterfest.
Yes, I will be there if weather lets me. We're expecting.
That's this weekend coming up, right?
Yeah. But I have a horch here. I guess you said I need to get closer. There we go. Can y'all see that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Now this was a custom built piece that Scott Broadneck's built this also. And it's a really neat piece. I think the wheels are casted out of some kind of rubber, which is pretty neat. Because if you put enough weight on them, they'll sink down a little bit. But just the detail phenomenal that he does on the insides.
Now, did you do the louvering on the hood?
No, he did. I bought this plate.
Very nice.
Then I have a Medic's Jeep that we did. Turned out pretty decent. Got some empty holes too I need to fill up. I'm gonna flip my camera to show y'all this, I guess would be better.
Oh wow.
A 1-to-1 Marine outfit that I got put together just for display.
Very nice.
It's not all old stuff. Most of it's reenactor stuff. But anyhow, I just kind of.
Wow.
And then on the other side of the door, I have a Japanese.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice. Is that another reenactor, or is that?
Yeah, it's all none of the stuff's like high end, nice antique stuff. But and then I got a pile of junk hanging right there. I'm gonna turn the camera back. Try not to make it thick by flipping the camera around. But I've just got some Japanese soldiers here. I don't have any vehicles for them. I just did some Japanese stuff.
If you need a Japanese Zero scaled out, let me know.
There you go. I have a D-Mag.
Man.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That was a kit?
Yeah, it was a kit that we built and put together.
Man.
And then I go up, and then I've got, this gun that Wes Cottle built this gun, and the carriage that goes with it back there. And then I kind of built the diorama myself, just trying to get a good place to display it. I kind of liked how it turned out. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then this is a Tiger tank that was custom built. And I got to remember that guy's name. It's that same guy in Florida. I don't want to call his name wrong. I'll look it up and I'll know it next time. I'll do better. But he did a really nice job on it too. Now he painted it. I don't think I did anything to it.
Yeah.
And then I've got a kitten crab with a line, and they're evidently supposed to be working on the line. And then I've got some custom figures right here. A French tanker, and then a Belgium, and I think I want to, French, I think's what I have. And then I have paratroopers and a French soldier, which he's kind of out of place.
Dolbay says you actually have an open shelf there. What's going on, man?
I told you I sold a few pieces. But I got some more Germans there. And then I had
one Wonder Woman's invisible jet on that shelf.
Yeah.
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 got these Japanese that don't have a tank, so maybe one day we'll remedy that. I don't know. That's everything I've got in this room. Just looking around this.
Yeah, that's a small room.
Yeah, small. This is actually my office right over here under that right there. That's where I work if I do any work. So, anyhow, I'm going to go into the next room and walk around to it. I was telling you the other day, I bought this desk right here. It's a 1-to-1 desk. I actually bought it off of Facebook. And I've been buying all the stuff that goes on it, trying to complete it.
field operations desk. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's the stuff that we buy at the antique stores and stuff.
Old fashioned typewriter, man.
Yeah. I've been having a ball with this. This is another piece that I got from Bobby Daltall. He did the diorama here with the gas pump and everything, which is pretty cool.
It's neat.
And then I have this here. This is something that I'm a little bit proud of. Ron Volstadt done the artwork for Dragon when they first started coming out. And he would actually come to their shows. And I started getting him to sign boxes for me at the shows. So I've got some signed artwork from him.
Ernie from Ernie's Attic wants to know, do you have any Joes, G.I. Joe brand?
You're
mostly 21st century and
yeah, I might have one or two, and most of the time they're going to be drivers, and the reason they're drivers is because they're short. So I probably don't have a whole lot out where you can see them. But got another case over here. It's just got some custom figures in it. That's all German. That's some U.S. sailors. Some more German. And then some Africa Germans.
Wow. I know our panel's pretty quiet here, but I think you guys are like me. You're just sitting there with your jaw like I'm just sitting there going, holy shit, man.
Look out.
Well, this here is some paperwork and stuff, and some of it's old, some of it ain't. I mean, some of it y'all probably recognize, but if I get anything that's, to me is a little bit collectible, I like to put it under this glass and just to show. I was really tickled with the comic books that I found, and comic books were very common in World War II for soldiers. Most of them were kids.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have a motorcycle. Here's some stuff. It's some Western and Civil War figures that I've collected. And this is something I'm wanting to work on, the Rorke's Drift figures.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine did the African figure for me, and I want to do a diorama to put all that in. Got some Russian figures right here. A German mortar. Well, actually, the Russians used them too. Another one, I'm going to flip the camera. This is another one-to-one piece that I have put together. And some empty shelves, but something that we've done.
Wow. Well, that's a nice paint job.
Yeah, this is going to go real old school. I bought this from a guy. His board name was Sergeant Rock. And I don't know his real name. I bought it from him years and years ago, and you're correct. It's a really cool piece. So, and then I did a half track to go with it myself, just to kind of finish it out. I was going for an Italian. This is a diorama that I built right here.
Do you take any of these to the shows? I mean, not to sell, but just to show off? Like,
I have before sometimes. Some of them I have. But this one has been at the show before. Then I got some pilots. I actually found that the goggles and that flight helmet at a dang flea market.
Good old flea market.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You can find great stuff.
I got some more Germans.
I'm always looking for pilots and modern pilot stuff. It's kind of hard to find it out there.
Yeah, I hadn't seen a lot of it either. Got a couple of Marines there, and then I got some more Marines fighting some Japanese. I have to do very little of fight scene stuff. Most of these shelves are just filled up with extra junk. These are some really neat figures. Scott Broadnex did these. It's a tailor and a cobbler that was working during World War II.
Huh.
Wow.
How do you resist not taking this stuff out into the backyard and setting up a huge diorama? You know what I mean? Just like,
We have done that, and I would like to do more, but it just,
I know
I mean,
it's time consuming.
well, and I'm age too. It wears you out.
Yeah.
So, but I do have a few photo shoots I still want to do outside, so I'm working towards that. I hope in the next couple of years.
Do you have a YouTube channel, Cory?
No, sir.
All right.
Well, I'll just come share it with you.
Hey, that's a anytime, buddy.
But here's some more odd faces. Now I got these out of a collection: the French policeman and the mime, which I thought were really cool. I got a priest and some animals. And then I have another diorama. I feel like I have to back up. Y'all said y'all could see it.
No, it's better when you're closer, actually.
Yep. We're good.
Tim Cope wants to know, Cory, do you know anybody making an 88 flat gun?
Cory is.
Oh, there you go, Tim. You can buy it from Cory.
It's on my work table as we speak.
There you go.
This come from my outdoor shoot that we did years ago. This bunker.
That's cool.
I can't. The lights are on the timer, and I have to wait on them to come on. I don't know what time they come on now, but it's got a searchlight and everything with it.
That is cool. The sandbags are actual sand?
Yes, every one of them. They're all tied, hand tied sandbags.
Wow, that's some detail there, man.
Russian anti-tank gun. That light's killing that, ain't it? There we go. I got.
Hey, Stacy and Rick, we need to step up our game, man.
Yeah.
No shit.
Looking at all this stuff, man. We need to step it up.
I won't turn it sideways again because I had another. That light keeps hitting that thing. Let me get it out of it. A German.
Is that a German? Yeah, looks like a German.
Yeah.
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 And down below it, I have a Japanese bunker. And I have a German anti-tank gun in the house.
Wow. And that's a custom made, or is that a kit? Or is it?
That's a dragon kit. The gun.
The dragon. Dragon made some cool stuff. I mean, you just had to change it a little bit.
Work on it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk through here real quick. This is my work room where I keep all my hoarding that.
Sir, you have an addiction. You have an addiction here.
Need an intervention, don't I?
Hey, it's organized though, dude. I've seen people's messes. So.
Exactly, organized. I mean,
it's an organized mess, man. It looks good.
You've seen my house.
Another 1-to-1 I got. That's a Russian soldier.
Wow.
Well, we are 1 for 1 on our. You can ask Rick.
Ask me what.
Interventions work really good with Rick.
Oh yeah, interventions.
Yeah, we're 1 for 1.
This is a piece I did for my buddy Mike after he passed away. Just a little memorial piece. I keep it to hide. Okay. Pretty cool. He was a good guy.
Hillbilly Rick is here. Rick Spalding. How you doing, Rick? He had a table with Joe Lana.
Got some Marines with a mortar, a civilian with a cow, some Germans on a raft, another little diorama I did with some paratroopers.
What gives
Somebody
you
asked, do you have any other Russian stuff, or is it mostly German American?
I've got a little bit of Russian stuff on the other side of the room we'll get to.
Okay.
What gives you the idea for your spaces, like when you fill them? Are you just look at the space and say, this is what I want to put in here? Or do you have each individual thing, and then you decide, okay, well, it just fits in here? Or you know what I mean? Like all the ones on the raft and then...
Yeah, this is the third house I've lived in, and that's what I do for a living. I build houses. So I drew my plans where all my stuff would fit in this room. There's no wasted space, I promise. So some of the cabinets I had, some of them I built to fit.
Wow.
So, yeah. Some of it was chance, some of it wasn't. Like the room in there with all the tanks, all those shelves fit in there because I laid it out for those to fit in there.
Yeah.
This is a piece I carried to Texas and entered in a contest. I got a couple of cowboys a buddy of mine did for me. I really enjoyed. I think they're pretty cool. And then here's some German and U.S. sailors and a Moroccan, I think. And I'm not real sure what that's all about. It's just some stuff.
It's D-Day.
What's your connection for the best horses?
DID, the one they just did for the Civil War guy, was really, really nice. They've really moved that up. These are Mark's horses that's been redone. But good Lord, all of it's like, $150, $70, $80 for stuff now. So it just depends on what you want to put in it and how much work you want to put behind that.
Hey, Stacy, have you ever thought about flocking a horse?
Oh yeah, I'm going to do the Canadian Mounted Police that I have here, and I've done one before. They come out nice looking.
I saw that years ago, man. You got to take a little time with this.
This was we did a D-Day shoot, and I think we built 4 or 5 of these, and we actually put them in a lake. And
how big is that?
It's about 5.5 foot long.
Oh my God!
And it's not even the right size either. It's a little bit small. So
I think Terry Lee Stair was part of that group when you guys were doing that. He was talking about you had a bunch of landing craft and you put them in a lake somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it was at Wes Cottle's house over there on his lane in North Carolina. I was telling you the other day too, I also collect books. I have lots and lots of books.
just a few.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk in here and show you my motorcycles because they're in the bathroom. But
sure, why not?
Just show it all off.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it. It's coming together.
Yeah.
Anyhow, and then I got some more one-to-one stuff here on coats and stuff, and some figures, some more books down here, photo albums. We used to, years ago, we'd take the pictures, had to go down and have them develop and come back, and if we wanted to put them on the internet, we had to scan them.
Oh.
Years ago. Scott Brodnick's also did this car, which I thought was pretty cool. And Bobby Dalto did the scene here, which I really enjoyed having. It's pretty cool. I did the figures, but he did the diorama base, which is really nice. We'll flip the camera one more time. Well, this might not be the last time, but there he is, my U.S. paratrooper.
Yeah.
He's pretty complete. I'm backwards with this thing. Right's left and left's right.
Yeah, that's all right. We
Y'all understand?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have the collection of Dragon did the Saving Private Ryan edition. I got those. I don't box collect a lot of stuff. I did keep those. This is kind of a little bit of stuff I did for my buddy Mike. He did the Jeep and some of the figures and stuff. Just a real quick note. The Mike Walker figure that Dragon did for the tanker was actually named after him. We knew the guy that did a lot of the R&D for Dragon.
Wow.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And did another figure. It was called Cory Walker, which that was my little my little part of it. But I have another D-Mag.
Jeez.
And then I have a U.S. Scout car.
Armored Scout car. Yep.
Angelo, we'll see you next week. Yeah,
I have a small gun collection also.
And those are all toy guns, right?
Yeah. Those are a little more real than the BB gun. I do have more Russians right here.
There's the Russians, yeah.
I got rid of some of my Russian stuff, but I'm going to accumulate a little bit back. And then I got a Maltese that's Jason Gray did the kits for these years and years ago. And then I have another piece. Wes built this gun. Bobby Dalto built the diorama base. And then Mike Middleton did the artwork for the background.
Wow.
Nice.
It's a pack.
Wow.
It's a howitzer.
Howitzer. Yeah.
And I have a Japanese mortar squad. And Wes did the mortar for it. And then, oops, sorry. Here's my British. I think that's the last mannequin I have. I hadn't shown y'all.
That's pretty cool, too.
More books. Oh. Dragon did the Pack 38.
There you go. That's the pack.
This is a custom car that Scott Brodnick's done and sold to me. Dragon bicycles. I got this piece from some guy up in New York, and I cannot remember his name. It's a really cool little piece. It's a little Jeep amphibious.
Yeah, amphib Jeep. Wow.
I got a little collection of stuff here that I've accumulated, just playing around.
Yeah, see Lucky Strikes in there.
Yep. Yeah. I can stop and let y'all look. It's pretty neat, some of the stuff in there. This is some of the fun that I get. Me and my wife go. We call it junking, but we go to antique stores, and I'm always on the hunt for anything that might be not necessarily military, but just old enough to have been around when they would have been overseas that they would have carried with them.
Sure.
Yeah. Beautiful.
There's a Krupp that Mardon did that. And then this is a Dragon Panzer II. And then the rafts were done by Authentic Hobbies. They actually hold air.
I was going to say, they look like they're blown up, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
Yeah. Every once in a while, they'll kind of leak down. I'm about to run out of time. Does this cut off at 9 o'clock?
Dude, you got 33 people watching right now. I don't think we're cutting off anytime soon. I mean, I know we're not asking a lot of questions because I think we're all in awe of your collection. But I think if you can just finish the top floor, however long that takes, then we'll do part 2 in a couple weeks with you, man.
Okay. Well, this is another diorama that Bobby Dalton did. I love this diorama because it's got so many aspects that you can put figures in.
Wow.
It's
and that is awesome.
As it as such, is
that foam? Is it?
No, it's wood, and the bricks are actually really cast.
Oh wow!
Is the berets flocked?
Yes, these are. Yes,
that's nice.
That's were done.
Wow.
Yeah,
I appreciate the detail.
Well, this tank right here is a Panzer I that was done by the same guy in Spain that did the Panzer II, and that I can't remember his name, but it's pretty cool. And then that's a modified Dodge Command car with the truck body on the back, right there. Oh, I'll show you this piece too. Whoops, the light's got it. Can y'all see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
It's
German.
MG.
Yep.
Oh, I got a wounded guy. Let me stand here. Oops, that's just gonna make a mess. And that's the other thing. 95% of these figures you see are just standing there.
Really? You don't have it on
I don't put
wires going through them or nothing, man.
I
Wow.
don't put them on stands, and he's gonna worry me to death because he's not gonna work out.
Yeah, I take it you don't have earthquakes where you live.
No earthquakes.
So who made that base? Who made that diorama?
Bobby Dalton made it also. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
How wide are your shelves? They're probably what, 18 inches?
I had these custom built. They're 48 inches wide. They're 18 inches deep.
18 deep. Okay.
Yeah, and it fit. It seems to work really good with the dimensions of the figures. Yeah. This is a 57 millimeter anti-tank gun US. That's custom made, and there's probably not but 2 or 3 of them in the world because there not a lot of people's made one.
Wow.
What kind of tank? I'm sorry.
Do what?
What kind of tank is that?
It's a 57 millimeter anti-tank gun.
Anti-tank. Okay.
Yeah. Now down below it is a panhard, which is a really nice piece. West did the anti-tank gun and this panhard. So,
Little higher. You're looking at more floor there.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Thank you. And we did a photo shoot with this that we'll be posting probably in about 2 or 3 weeks.
So you got a French officer there.
Yes. And again, Wes did that. He did the panhard crew, all the cool stuff. He's the cool kid in our club.
He's a cool kid, huh?
Yeah. Just some more one-to-one stuff here. Then I have this wagon. Scott Brodnick's did it also.
Wow.
In case you're wondering, what Scott sold off his collection, and I bought a big part of it. So he was a very, very good modeler. Got another. This is supposed to be like some mechanics. Got a few Russians, Germans. Volstad's one. Not Volstad. Volta is the one that did this gun. He was around years and years ago. And Volta also did that gun years and years ago. And then I have this artillery piece. Flip this thing where you can see all of it, maybe.
If you get a little closer. If you keep it flipped, just get closer. There you go. Yeah.
Got horses with it.
Horse drawn.
Horse drawn with a limber, and then the guns in the very back.
Is it what is it, a pack? Or
it's a small howitzer.
It's a howitzer? Wow.
Germans used early in the war.
Yeah, four horses?
Yes. And then there's one just like a commander riding separate. And that's this floor, guys.
Wow.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, so you don't have any more.
I got another floor, but I don't have time to do it.
You got a whole other floor, dude. I mean, come on, man.
Well, Cory, after the show, we're going to introduce you personally to Rick, and he's going to tell you how our interventions work. And don't get scared. He's he'll probably say it's a little worse than it is, but it's not.
Wow, man, that's amazing,
Wow.
dude. I don't know if there you go. Flip the camera.
Nice stuff. Nice stuff.
Very nice, very nice.
Stacy, Rick, I don't even know where I go from here, man. Like,
I can't compete with that.
What do you say?
I do have a general question.
Okay.
Since here in California, we've just had LA burned down to nothing.
Yeah.
What about insurance on your collection? What steps do people take to guard anything that may happen like that with your collection or anything else like that? I think everybody who has something large like this would love to know where to go with it.
I don't have it insured. I looked into it. It's very expensive. You have to keep. They put all the work on your shoulders. You have
a little higher on your camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to. You got to do all the work for them to appraise. You have to constantly have it appraised. It's just
photo collection and.
So probably my recommendation is just get a little more insurance on your personal stuff in your house to cover some of it. It's not going to cover all of it. It does cost money. I'd hate to lose it, but if I into the world, it ain't like I want to die because of it or anything.
Yeah.
Just all perspective, but I enjoy the fool out of it, and like I said, I don't want to get rid of it tomorrow. But if it did happen, I'd cry for a minute, but then I'd get over it.
Hey, Cory, Sean Wright was watching, and he had another question. He said you mentioned about the guys who you do dioramas with. Is that a group, or is that just a bunch of guys that you're friends with? Or
It's pretty cool because it's SSC. I'll say it wrong. SSCC. They started off in Ohio, then they opened up a group in North and South Carolina, which I'm kind of members of it, and they've just opened another one down in Texas. And when I had my open house, the guys from all three groups came to Georgia, and we, a bunch of them spent the night, and we eat barbecue and hang out, and have a lot of fun. But I do that once a year. But I'm trying to think how to tell you to get in touch with them. If you'll just type that in on Facebook, I think it'll pull it up. I think it's SSCC, which is 6 Scale Collectors Club. I think is what it stands for.
6 Scale Collectors Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can get in touch with them if you're in any of those areas. The main branch is in Ohio.
Okay.
So matter of fact, they're going. A bunch of those guys are going to come down to the show, and then I think I'm going to drive back up and stay with them for a few days. And then the guys in Texas, when I go out and do that show, they come out. I get so I get to see everybody 2 or 3 times a year.
Right on.
So,
Stacy, Rick, Matt, any last minute questions before we let them go?
Cory, you said that you take pictures and you post the pictures. Where do you post them?
My handle on Facebook is Panzer Allen, which used to be my 6 Scale division handle. PAZERALLAN.
Okay.
You'll pull me. You'll see my profile picture, and you can go through. I'm going to try this year to have a bigger presence on Facebook. I'm going to probably take still pictures of all this stuff, and every week try to put 2 or 3 pictures on.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Yeah.
Just kind of share it little bite-sized bites instead of.
Well, you said you're going to be at Winterfest. What other shows this year do you got lined up?
Winterfest, Toylanta. We do a trade day in Tennessee at Knoxville. Our club does. It's pretty cool. And then I'll do Texas in June, and then we'll do the Kentucky show at the end of July, and then I do my open house in September, October, something like that.
You have an open house?
Yeah, every year.
Is there a barbecue? Okay.
Or hot dogs, whatever.
Can you put me on the list this year? I just want.
We need to do a remote show.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm there, baby. Coming to you live from his man cave, not mine.
That's right.
Outside.
I want to know, have you ever start from, like with me with my cardboard, start from pure nothing to build a car or a tank?
That one I told you was my first one down there, the M20, that it was nothing.
Okay.
But it's all plastic. I have thought about building stuff out of wood and then doing the resin fiberglass over it. I used to have it. Turned out pretty cool, but never attempted it.
Okay.
But
yeah, mine's all cardboard. So
yeah.
Well, you said you're going to Winterfest. What are you taking to sell?
Everything.
Nothing you showed us today, though, right? I mean, you.
No, none of this is my collection. This is
mine.
Okay. Leave it alone. But I have Dragon, DID. I don't know, just
I'm just saying, if people are watching and they say, "Hey, they're going to the show,"
yeah,
if they have something particular, you can bring them. You know what I mean? You can.
Pretty much it'll be in line. I sell what I like to collect. That's kind of where I've got my niche at.
Okay. So if anybody's looking for World War II stuff, you definitely have it.
I'll have a little bit of GI Joe stuff. I've actually got some a little bit of Star Trek stuff. I think I'm selling, and you know we venture off in a little bit of other stuff, but not a lot.
All right. Well, we got 3 people watching right now. They said they're going to the Winterfest, so they'll see you there and look you up.
Yeah, y'all come hang out, man.
All right, brother. Well,
y'all take care.
Once again, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I'm going to bring you up big. If you want to tell people where they can find you one more time. I know you said your Facebook page.
Yeah, Facebook, Panzer Allen. If you look up Panzer Allen on Facebook, that's me.
And if they're at Winterfest this week, you are Cory's Toys, right?
Cory's Toys. I'm usually over there in the corner next to the concession stand.
All right, there you go.
All right.
Thanks again, Cory. And we're going to have to set up the date for round 2, okay?
Okay, man. We'll do it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody in the chat room. You guys have a great week.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Have a good night.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?